I will show wonders in heaven above, and signs in the earth beneath, blood and fire and vapor of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness, and the moon into blood, before the coming of the great and awesome day of the Lord. And it shall come to pass that whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. Acts 2:21. And through signs, and symbols, the Lord has prepared us for the end that is soon about to come.
The fruit of the Spirit are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Galatians 5:22. The Lord calls upon us to produce His fruits, which are the fruits of the Holy Spirit. And the fruits are produced here on the earth. And on the earth, photosynthesis is the process by which the fruits are produced, using water, light, and air to produce glucose. And in perfect symbolism, we, as God's children, produce the fruits of the Holy Spirit, with water from the Father, light from the Son, and the air of the Holy Spirit. And as the Son said, the Father commands that we glorify His name and prove to be worthy disciples by producing much fruit. My Father is glorified by this, that you bear much fruit, and so prove to be my disciples. John 15:8. And the Son of God came to earth as the Son of Man, in order to bear the fruits of the harvest. For the Son sacrificed His own life, that His fruits may be manifest. And Jesus answered them, saying, The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Truly, truly, I say to you, unless a grain of wheat falls into the earth and dies, it remains alone. But if it dies, it bears much fruit. John 12:23-24. And as the Son exemplified by His great sacrifice, the fruits of the Holy Spirit can only come through great labor and sacrifice. The fruit of the Spirit being love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Galatians 5:22. And the produce of the fruit was manifest from the very beginning. For as God said, let the earth sprout vegetation, plants yielding seed, and fruit trees on the earth bearing fruit after their kind, with seed in them, and it was so. Genesis 1:11. And Adam and Eve ate the fruits of the garden, yet they were allowed to eat of any fruit, but of the fruit of good and evil. For the fruit forbidden in the garden of God was the fruit of knowledge. Yet Adam and Eve would choose to eat of that fruit. The woman said to the serpent, From the fruit of the trees of the garden we may eat, but from the fruit of a tree which is in the middle of the garden, God has said, You shall not eat from it or touch it, or you will die. Genesis 3:2. Yet, despite man's great fall, the seed of mankind would yield much fruit. For the seed of mankind would spread throughout the nations. For the fruit of mankind is the fruit of the womb. And fruit is derived from the Hebrew word peri, which means a gift. And God will produce mankind through his gift from the womb. As a wise man would say, children truly are a gift from God. Behold, children are a gift of the Lord. The fruit of the womb is a reward. Psalm 127:3. And what is fruit? A fruit is a ripened ovary that when pollinated will grow. And the fruits of God are the works of the Holy Spirit. And when a follower of Christ is filled with the Holy Spirit, he is born of the Holy Spirit, and the fruits of the Spirit grow. For as the Son said, the good tree bears good fruit, but the bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot produce bad fruit, nor can a bad tree produce good fruit. Matthew 7:16 through 18. But the end is near, and the time to produce good fruit is soon coming to an end. And the fruit that is worthless shall be thrown out, and thrown in the fire. For as the Son warned, the axe is already laid at the root of the trees. Therefore, every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Matthew 3:10. Thus the fire must burn. But the Father is loving and forgiving, and at the end, his kingdom will be a resting place and a healing place for all the nations, and his fruit will give healing to the people. Then he showed me a river of the water of life, clear as crystal, coming from the throne of God and of the Lamb. In the middle of its street, on either side of the river, was a tree of life, bearing 12 kinds of fruit, yielding its fruit every month, and the leaves of the tree were for the healing of the nations. Revelation 22:1 through 2.